Nvidia earnings coming up later today. But is that a red herring? We'll get into that and a few other things here today. It is Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. If you guys like the video, you can give it a like. Tell me your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel. And you can find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Absolutely been on fire lately in the room. Highly encourage everybody to get in on that. We'll have a Black Friday sale probably announced on Monday or maybe on Friday. We'll see. But anyway, nonetheless, here markets here today. We'll keep the video short because it's we're going to do. We have Nvidia earnings after the bell, and this is a whipsaw Wednesday for sure. So we had a nice trend in the morning. I talked about that. I said if bulls can push through 665, we could start to trend, which we did. We just didn't get up to target, and that's kind of normal for opex. And I also said that if that that level has to hold SPY 665 on any downslide, and it didn't. But we didn't quite get up to target there, and that's normal for opex week. A lot of the time you'll get close. We got 10 points away to 6,700, and it just pulled back in. But this has been just throwing out setups really all day long. This morning, beautiful play on ES. The failed breakdown right there led to an amazing squeeze. We got another one here right after news broke that the BLS is not going to. They're not going to release jobs because we don't deserve. I mean, first of all, guys, we got to think the government works very hard. Okay, we don't work hard at all, and we're actually lucky to have the government. So just remember that. But they, it's really hard for them to release to push a button and have a report released. It's really hard. So they can't do that. So we're not gonna get jobs tomorrow, and quite frankly we don't deserve them because government works hard enough as it is. So we're not getting jobs tomorrow, and we're just getting Nvidia earnings here. If you guys want to gamble on that you're more than welcome. I can tell you right now, 180 that's your spot. And I don't think it's going to go really much lower than that. If it does, and with conviction, then it could get really ugly, like really ugly, really fast. But I don't think it's going to. I think it'll be a nothing burger. So it's like 180 to 200. And that's it. I think it's a red herring, though. This is the real issue. This is the real reason why we're selling, right? It's the dollar yen. It's at 157 now, and everybody's focusing on Nvidia. And if Nvidia does well, it'll help lift the market, but it's not going to fix this. And it can be very temporary and short-lived if that's the case. And this is really what it comes down to. So the higher this goes, the more the pressure is going to be on the BOJ to hike, which unwinds the carry trade. And I think smart money knows that. That's why they've been selling those overvalued tech stocks. So it's really that simple. Going into tomorrow here, 6,600 is a level. We've hammered on it twice. I don't think it's very strong. And, going into, and I try to remind people of this, we're not in positive gamma anymore, right? So you got it. And I bang my fist on the table every day in the room that you got to be careful. These levels can break very easily. Dealers will sell weakness and buy strength, not the other way around. So you got to be aware of that. And that could take us down to 65.50 very easily. There's just a short-term level there that would sweep that low. And then we've got 65, underneath that as well. And we're seeing SPY 550 come up. I've seen it many times here over the last couple of days. So that's right down there. And I can get there pretty quickly. It's not that far away, honestly. So do I think we do a ton tomorrow or in the afternoon? Not really for earnings, but I think there's a bigger issue here, and that's what it is. New VIX contract too. VIX is down 4%, but it's off the lows, right? It's right back. It had a little dip this morning, but it came right back. So if we get volatility, 25, I don't think is going to hold very, very much longer. So just be aware of that stuff. On the upside, yeah, I mean, 67 definitely, is good here. The thing that I would like to see in the next 50 minutes, and again, a lot of whipsaw here, a lot of noise. So every trade I've had today and really all week, the runner's gotten stopped out. So we take profit, leave a runner, and then the runner's getting stopped out. So we're not getting follow through. So I don't know what we're going to get in the close. But what I would say is if somehow bulls could clear 665 on the spider by the close, that would That would be very good. Like that would help you a lot going into Nvidia earnings because it now would give you room for a higher low. If not, then I mean, yeah, we're weak. I mean, right? All we've done here is bear flag on the 4 hour, essentially, right? So we're slowly working off that minor oversold condition right now. So that's really what we got here. The Q's, stuck to 600, and I mean, there's fishing nets now that we're seeing below, and 585 is one of them, just in the short term here. On the upside, obviously above 610 helps you out. Russell, again, flat on the day, just like the rest of the market. Breadth here, not very good either. Speaking of, it's not actually. It's not terrible. I think I got a little bit better. It's at 200 now, so that's not terrible for a flattish day. But diamond down there. We'll just quickly talk about the semis up 1.5, 50 MA in play there. IGV still below the 200, and then the transports here are flat to lower. So kind of just a noisy session overall. Interest rates here are up. TLT down 16 cents. This just cannot get out of its own way. And the December rate cut is basically off the table at this point, which anybody with half a brain could have told you that was not going to happen. All you have to do is look at the 2 year. But right now, the 2 year yield is, it's basically 25 basis points away from the Fed funds. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious that was not going to happen. I'm going to skip through here again. I'm going to keep the video short. I do want to talk Bitcoin, though, really quick. I am seeing a ton, and I mean a ton of bear victory lapping. Just hubris, like the type of AI hubris that we saw at the highs. We're seeing that with the bears right now. And it's starting to get attractive to me. And I know we're getting close to some pretty good levels here. Specifically IBIT, I told you guys $50 would be a spot, and it will be. But I'm definitely starting to get attracted to maybe dipping a toe in the water for some sort of a bid here. Or some sort of a bounce, I think. Sol even having a relative, it's down 6%, but it's holding, technically higher lows the last 2 days. So a little bit of a positive there. And right now, we're basically filling out the breakout from April 25th. Or April 21st. So all of this air has now been back tested on Bitcoin. Yeah, we can take a fib here too. I think we're close to a 786. Yeah, we're getting in there. In fact, yeah, there you go. So not that far off. I'd like to see, I mean, if we could just wash out a little bit more, it would definitely get attractive, at least for a bounce. But yeah, definitely seeing a lot of bear hubris here in Bitcoin right now. So seeing a little bit of a float here. Again, 45 minutes left in the day. We'll see if we can get a little bit of a push above 665. That definitely improves positioning. Semis are leading a little bit here, which is good. You want to see that for a continued bid. But again, opex week, a lot of whipsaw, a lot of noise. So just be careful out there. And I don't think that the major problem is that dollar yen, and that is not something that AI solves. That's not something that Nvidia's earnings solves. That's not something that Jensen Huang going to the White House and pumping everything and circle jerking with the president. No pun intended with the Epstein file release. There, just got demonetized. But you guys get the idea. Dollar yen, that's a big one. Anyways, I'll wrap it up here before I get fired off YouTube. You guys take care. Come find me on Carnivore Trades, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow.